Hello there, Moon and Taurus, and welcome to your October 2022 moon sign reading. Thanks for stopping by, and make sure you click on that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button before you leave. And also, make sure you know what your moon sign is. Make sure you get the right reading if you don't know what your sign is. I've put some web pages in the description box to help you find that. All right, Spirit, tell me about Moon and Taurus for October 2022. We have last moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Okay, Moon and Taurus. This, to me, it feels like like you don't want to. You'd rather just dismiss your feelings. You'd rather just kind of like look at them, be like, and throw them in the trash, right? Like, they're just not worthy to you, or they're not something that you really want to look at, pay attention to, work through, process. But this is Spirit saying it's time. There's something that you're denying, something you're avoiding, that's internal, your feelings about something. It's possible there's somebody else waiting for an answer from you, and you need to work through these feelings to be able to find that answer and to give that person what it is they're looking for, what they need from you. Next, we have full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. Feelings are a flow. They come and go. They rise, they fall. They're in, they're out. They're all over the place, right? Feelings are, a lot of us would prefer that we didn't have feelings and we could just go through life with logic and reason. But that's not the way it is. And this is Spirit saying and confirming that you have to embrace it. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting the feelings that you don't want to look at. Stop fighting the situations, or stop avoiding things so you don't have to feel. It's just the way it is. Feelings come and go. Some you like, some you don't. And the ones that are more difficult take time to process. There's just no way around it. Enjoy the ones that are easy and fun and loving, and work through the ones that are difficult, challenging, and maybe even, if you have a judgment about I think there's judgment about certain feelings. Like maybe you have twisted feelings, or there's something that's not generally acceptable about how you feel about something or someone or a situation. I'm not sure. Let's get some more information. Spirit, tell me more about Moon and Taurus for October, please. What else should Moon and Taurus know? Under Waxing Gibeus 5, we have focus. Focus on your internal processes. Focus on what you're really feeling and embrace the change. There's a butterfly here on this person's head. So there's some kind of transformation with focusing and embracing that flow of life, and embracing all the different kinds of feelings that you don't necessarily want to have, but you do have. Next, we have Wolf Moon, hunger. Hunger. One, I think this hunger is talking about how I said earlier, there's someone that's wanting an answer from you, or wanting your opinion, or wanting your, even maybe approval. There's someone that's hungry for your take, your opinion, and you don't want to give it. At the same time, there's a hunger here for you to, it's like you want to skip the processes of emotional management, for lack of a better way of saying that. There's a hunger for just being able to get to the end of emotional upheaval or emotional displays. There's a hunger to just satiate it and move on. And what I think Spirit is confirming that they see that in you. But I want to say there's a hunger, that there's something else. And if you focus on that desire, a burning desire, right now it feels like you just don't want to deal with emotions. But there's something behind that. There's something deeper or below. And your soul, your spirit is hungering to find out what it is, even though you on the surface or your ego self doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And that might be why, because you might sense something about yourself that wants to go deeper, but you're afraid to. You're to find out what's really going on, or to actually go through the processes and feel different feelings, and just to satiate something you don't necessarily want to satiate. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's avoiding, it's running, it's staying away, not looking at something, yet the hunger is still there. Let's get some more information. Actually, it's this set. All right, so Spirit, what is the shadow aspect, the most difficult aspect that's going to show itself for Moon in Taurus for October? What's the shadow aspect they need to know about for October, Spirit? Fated to suffer. Okay. So it's interesting that it shows a person, like, you know, holding an apple, trying to give it to someone else. You feel like you are fated to suffer. That's what with this emotions, or working through your feelings. Your feelings to you are just a type of suffering. And you don't want to deal with that anymore. That's why you are denying or avoiding or escaping or running. There's just been a lot of suffering for you, and to ask you to focus on some of that, I understand, and Spirit is confirming that is a lot to ask, but they're asking anyway. There's a hunger in you. I may not have described it perfectly yet, but there's something deep, something you want to know. You want to end the suffering, but running from all of these things isn't going to help you satiate that desire, that want. It's not going to help you feel in flow, right? Like you're in flow with all of the emotions and the flow of life. You are not fated to suffer. You do not have to take that on. You do not have to believe that that's all there is. You can choose otherwise. And by facing some of this stuff, I think you'll learn about some of that. All right, let's move on. Spirit, tell me more about Moon in Taurus for October, please. Oh, that one fell out, so we'll use that one. What else does Moon in Taurus? There's another one need to know. The first one that fell out was Judgment. And under Judgment, we have action. It's time to take action. And it's under work through your feelings, right? So it is. This is Spirit reconfirming. It's time to take action. And when you look at things differently, or you reevaluate the issues or the problems or just the feelings themselves, you can see it in a different way. You can make a different judgment. Like I said, you are not fated to suffer. You are not born to just suffer. You can make a different choice about your situation. Even though it might be a tough one, You can choose to have a different judgment about yourself, about your actions, and about others, and about relationships, and all those sorts of things. The next one is Wheel of Fortune, Karma. This is another major arcana card. So yeah, there is definitely a balance that's needed here. And karma is neither positive or negative. Karma is just balance, balancing out energies and situations and things that have happened. So the Wheel of Fortune, it is turning, and it will turn in your favor when you embrace the flow of life, when you embrace all the aspects of yourself and maybe even reform your judgments of yourself, of your situation, of your past, of, like I said, relationships, of other people, so that you can break out of this idea of perpetual suffering and you feeling like you can't get out of it. Next, we have Six of Pentacles, kindness. This is also generosity. With focus here, taking time to focus on what you need to process some of these feelings. Be kind to yourself and be generous to yourself with time, effort, whatever is needed. Even generous to those closest to you, or let others be generous with their time. Let them be a shoulder for you to cry on, an ear for them to listen to you, something along those sorts. But there's a lot of kindness around you. It is not all about suffering, and I think that's what Spirit is really trying to get across to you. Suffering is not the end-all be-all for you. And then lastly, we have the Empress, nourishment. Also, this can be abundance and abundance of all sorts of things. So satiating that hunger, nourishment. That's actually pretty cool that that worked out that way. Nourish yourself. Give yourself the things you need and want. If you don't know, that might be part of the feelings that you need to work through and find out. Focus on them. What is it that you're really hungry for? And nourish yourself. Be kind to yourself. Reform your opinions and judgments about yourself and your past and your relationships and your situation. Know that it will always balance out. Life will always balance itself out. And know that suffering is not all there is for you in this lifetime. Spirit is saying you have the capability of being very abundant and having so much around you. Material things, people, relationships, work. There's a lot of, all of these things can nourish your soul as well. So don't dismiss this. Don't let your old ways or your preferred ways of dealing with stuff stop you from growing, because I feel like you're going to miss out on some good opportunities for just feeling better about yourself and letting go of that idea that you're fated to suffer. All right, let's get one last card. One last message, please, Spirit, for Moon in Taurus. One last piece of advice, please, Spirit. All right. This is the artwork. This person looks pretty much in meditation, but like a satisfied. And it says, I seek balance and grounding. Okay. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune and Karma, the balance. I seek grounding, or I seek balance and grounding. This is what you should seek. This is related to your hunger. And probably starting a meditation practice will be nourishment for you. Or anything where you sit and you feel your feelings or think about what's going on inside. There's just some time I think you need to take out, maybe every day, even if it's just a few minutes, to get some answers or to feel what's going on inside. And going from there, growing from there. All right, Moon and Taurus, I think that's all the messages that I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to check out your sun sign readings. And may the sun sign reading, and may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.